you've got a lot of people positioning for power. You know, you've got, I mean, bro, come on, man. You think Bruce wouldn't love to be running this company when Vince kicks the bucket? You know, Heyman loves power. They love power.
And so I'm intrigued to see where this McMahon type of from the view of McMahon. So in your eyes, how does that look like? You know, you have Vince, you have Triple H, you have Stephanie, you have Shane. Those are the four.
Bro, I've said this all along, and this is not an original idea, Chris. I never took credit for this idea. But, bro, this idea was 30 years ago. Bro, do you remember the old Larry Sanders show?
Yeah, with Gary Shandling.
And it was a talk show. It was a talk show. But, bro, what they did was when it was the talk show, it was video.
Yeah.
When it was backstage real life, it was film. Yeah. So you already knew, okay, bro, this is fact and this is fiction. Bro, I pitched that for wrestling 30 years ago. It's the same concept. When it's backstage, when it's real life, when Vince is having a meeting at his house, when Vince is having a meeting at Titan Tower on a Sunday at 6 o'clock. Okay, this is shot on film. Then when we go to the show is shot on video. So we know what is the show, and this is what's really taking place, and this is how we're getting to the show. That's what the Gary Shandling, you know, if they had Roseanne as a guest, we saw how they got Roseanne as a guest. We saw how all that went on, and then she's the guest, and we're on the show. And, bro, think about this, too. I mean, Chris, we're not just talking about the McMahons. We're talking about, okay, how does the network feel about the numbers? That's going to be part of this show. We are actually seeing the Peacock deal happen. We're seeing the Saudi deal happen. I mean, bro, I remember there was videotape when Vince and the whole crew actually went out with the Prince of Saudi. I mean, remember that was online? All this, bro, is shot in film. This is okay. And now here is the show. But, bro, if you're smart enough, you're going to be able to cross the lines in such a way where by the time you get to the show, these people have a real legitimate beef, whether it's where they are on the card, whether it's this guy's tired of jobbing out to this guy, whether it's, I was just reading Carmella. She just had comments about, I sat home for 5 months doing nothing, twiddling my thumbs. I came back. I thought I did pretty good with Sasha Banks. Now I'm sitting home again. I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah. I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am, and here's the big picture, Chris. This is what people in the industry don't want to accept in the industry. People laugh at the wrestling industry. Bro, you want to know what I'm talking about by laughing, Chris? Listen, I'm friends with Raj Geary. Raj lives out here in Colorado. Me and my wife went out with Raj. Raj is a brilliant guy. But if you want to know what I'm talking about, bro, go on Wrestling Inc. any day of the week and just read through the headlines. And you read through the headlines of what is news to these people. And, bro, I have a field. I do shows just around the headlines. Like this is what's important to them. Like, bro, the big important news now is, Daniel Bryan's contract expired and the WWE is desperate. Bro, what does it really matter when Daniel Bryan winds up? Like, what is going to change if Daniel Bryan stays at WWE or AEW? What is going to change? Absolutely nothing. But my point is, bro, the outside world sees this and they get a good laugh at it. And that's why there is a lack of respect for wrestling. Something like this, that disrespect is gone. Laughing at the business is gone. Now you have something, bro, that Hollywood executives would actually be watching and monitoring. And bro, they could set the trend for programming, you know, going into 2025, 2030. They could really set the trend. Bro, time has passed them by. The world is looking at WWE in the rear view mirror. That has to change at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, Chris, the world is going to get so far ahead that you're not even going to see them in the rear view mirror anymore, bro. That's what's happening. So unless there's a drastic change, this is just going to literally die a slow death. And Chris, you and I are seeing firsthand. Yeah, bro, as WC Field says, there's a sucker born every day, and they're getting these big deals. But, bro, now what's starting to happen? Now Fox and now USA, well, they're not really delivering on the numbers they promised, and we're not really getting the numbers we expected. But like I said, bro, there's other people in line. But when those other people shell over the coin and then they don't get the numbers, bro, all of a sudden there's not going to be anybody knocking at the door anymore.
Yeah, especially from a standpoint, if the Fox deal doesn't go, you know, I think it was a 5-year deal or something like that, 3-year deal, 5-year deal, something like that. If that doesn't renew, because at this point, they're more of a liability than an asset to Fox.
Absolutely.
USA, they can do anything. I mean, you can have reruns from '94 if you want, and USA is going to shell out money just because they're the flagship show for USA. You know what I mean? USA isn't doing a lot of other big stuff, you know what I mean, to really keep them on the map as far as a network television television network. Raw is their deal. Raw is their baby. You know what I'm saying? But Fox got tons of other stuff. I mean, they have their sports, you know, department when it comes to college football. I'm a huge college football, as you know. I'm a huge college football guy. College football alone, you know, makes people cling to Fox Sports, you know what I mean? Fox and Fox Sports and their commentaries and things like that throughout the year. So WWE isn't necessarily a prime asset for Fox. So it's weird to me because it would make sense. It would seem as if for the WWE, they would want to be like y'all were in the Attitude Era as far as the weekly episodics feel. You get, I mean, like we saw that with the Reigns and Jey Uso thing. Now I will put them over with that because it did have a real factor to them, to it, the storyline. But now with the Owens thing and the Daniel Bryan thing, it's starting to feel contrived again. So it makes me wonder, Vince, why is WWE still feeling the need to not go all out for the Fox deal?
I mean, Chris, that's a good question. And that's where you have to really ask yourself the question, are they capable of going all out?
Exactly.
Do they have the look at it this way, bro? You made a perfect comparison there. WWE has been in bed with the USA Network a long time. USA Network, I don't want to say a second-rate cable network, but bro, Pacific Blue and Lakita, La Femme, Nikita, like, I mean, come on. But bro, all of a sudden, we're in bed with Fox. Do they have the people in place that can write a successful television show at that level? This is not USA. This is the big time. And bro, maybe they are just not capable of it.
Yeah, it seems like it, unfortunately. So how does this McMahon type of reality thing, how does that close up? Is there a WrestleMania match in store for this? Where does this go?
You know, bro, again, I'm going to say this, and this is not a cop-out, Chris. This is the absolute truth. Bro, you let it organically happen. It's going to write itself, man. It's just going to write itself. Because, bro, here's the beauty of it, and here's what really goes on, Chris. This really goes on. You've got a lot of people positioning for power. You know, you've got, I mean, bro, come on, man. You think Bruce wouldn't love to be running this company when Vince kicks the bucket? You know, Heyman loves power. They love power. So, bro, what happens is now these are the intricacies that you really got to see. But now the wrestlers, they got to pick a camp. Am I in Heyman's camp? Am I in Pritchard's camp? Am I in, Hayes'? You've got to pick a side. But now, bro, all of a sudden, when that side loses and you put all your eggs in that basket, now all of a sudden you're a town. Bro, that happened to Jericho when I left. When I left, like I was really taking care of Jericho when I left. Okay, Russo was taking care of you. I mean, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. That's the play, bro. Everybody's got to choose a camp thinking that, the leader of their camp is the next big thing. Yeah. Well, all of a sudden when he's not, and now you got to answer to the bro, there's a whole talk about from a psychological point of view, bro. You would love it. If you just went there for 2 weeks and observed and didn't say a word, and just took notes. Yeah, bro, this would blow your mind. But the answer is, bro, let it organically happen. The main event at WrestleMania, bro, will write itself and it will happen.
Indeed. Sounds good. Eventually, we have a tag team match, as Ted Long would say. You have Vince and Shane against Triple H and Bruce Pritchard. Hey, Focus Group, come and check this tag match out. What do you think? Well, he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. Another successful episode of Riding with Russo. So